I worked on my business for 8-12 hours every single day for 2 entire years, and I didn't even make $1 online. But now I've managed to make thousands online for one simple reason most entrepreneurs miss when they're trying to scale their business. And do not worry, it's not going to be some funnel 3000 hack that's going to skyrocket your business in 30 days. It's not going to be some manifestation hack that's going to spawn 10k on your lap tomorrow. It's simply fixing your inputs. And I know what you're saying, inputs do not matter. I'm already super productive. I already work 12 hours a day. But if that were the case, you wouldn't be watching this video right now and you would already be making thousands of dollars online. Because the only difference between most entrepreneurs who make nothing online and those who make all the money, the top 1% of entrepreneurs you see online, and do that for months and months without burning out, without giving up, and staying consistent throughout all of it. And that's the reason why they make so much money. And I know this because 2 years ago I was in the exact same position. I followed the golden path laid out by all these gurus, find a business model, take the first 9-hour course you see on YouTube, work ridiculously long hours, and then in 6 to 12 months, if you don't see success, you're not making 10k per month, repeat it and do it again. To be honest, everything was fine and dandy for the most part. I watched the course, I kind of knew how to build this business, but there's one massive problem I did not expect to be facing, and it was my focus. Because even though I knew exactly how to grow this business, I knew exactly how to make money online with this business, every single time I would sit down to focus on my work, 5 minutes later I would end up on YouTube with no memory of getting distracted, and a task that should take someone 30 minutes, 1 hour would take me 3 hours to complete. And so what would happen is I would come back from school and every single day I would work until 11 p.m, not even being able to finish most of my to-do list, going to bed feeling super guilty, saying to myself that tomorrow I'll actually be focused on my work, tomorrow I'll fix my time management, tomorrow I'll fix my inputs. But it never changed, and it got to the point where 6 months have passed, 12 months have passed, even more than that, and I still wasn't making anything. And that's when I kind of realized like something has to change, right? There's no way I've been doing this for 6 months, 12 months and I haven't made $1 online, when I see these beginners start a week ago and they're already making like 2k per month. And so I dedicated a bunch of time to fixing my focus, fixing my mental performance, fixing my sleep, actually having a structure in my day, optimizing my life for flow state. And as wishy-washy as this sounds, as soon as I actually did improve my productivity, I started to see results. I started to actually make my first $1 online. I started to make my first 1,000 online. And before I knew it, I was actually making money consistently. And the reason why I wanted to tell you that story is because most entrepreneurs can't even focus for 11 minutes inside their day. They tell themselves they're working 12 hours a day being super productive, but they're not doing anything. And if they actually analyze their inputs, they would realize they're only doing 5 hours a day. They're only making one piece of content every 2 weeks. But then you look at the top entrepreneurs, the ones who are making all the money, and you realize these people actually love their work. They don't have some grumpy face when they're working. They don't lose focus every 5 minutes. They're actually focused on their work. Because after working with a bunch of 6-figure per month entrepreneurs to help them achieve peak performance, flow state, and improve their focus, they've managed to scale their business with less work just by improving their inputs. Business is simply a matter of inputs and outputs. If you have an input, you're going to get some kind of output, whether it be 1 week down the line, 3 months down the line, or 1 year, right? Like for example, if you send 500 outreaches, you do 100 cold calls, you make 500 Loom videos for your prospects, for your leads, you're going to land clients. You're going to actually make money online. It's as simple as that. But if you send like 5 a day, if you do nothing with your time and you just spend time procrastinating, thinking about taking action, strategizing where you don't need to, you're obviously not going to make money online. And I hope this is kind of like a wake-up call for you, because it was for me. When I analyzed my inputs, I realized no wonder I'm not making any money. I'm not doing anything with my time. I'm not doing enough to deserve to make money online. And so if you want to actually scale your business and you want to actually reach your goal and stop staying in this cycle of not making any money, feeling guilty with yourself because you're not being productive, here's what I want you to do. The very first thing you need to do is find your project tasks inside your business. You need to actually realize that most tasks people work on, especially entrepreneurs, do not matter at all. They do not move the needle. You need to find the tasks that actually make you money and the things that will make you money in the future. And once you find these tasks, you'll find you only have 1 to 4 that you have to work on. What you want to do is just understand all your triggers that stop you from reaching flow state, that stop you from focusing on your work. Do you randomly go on your phone every single 5 minutes when you go to work? That is a trigger or a cue you need to remove. Now, am I telling you that you need to go super complex with this? No, I'm saying all you need to do is make sure your focus is good. Make sure you aren't getting distracted when you're working. And the main thing that fixed my focus as an entrepreneur is realizing you don't need to add, you need to remove. You need to remove things from your life, and that's how you develop more space in your attention that allows you to focus on your work. And after a few weeks, what you'll notice is your focus starts to improve. Maybe after a few days it starts to improve. You start going from 0 hours focus in a day to 2 to 3 to 4. What you want to start doing is tracking your focus and tracking your inputs as a whole. Find the priority tasks that actually make you money online, and most of these, what you find is they're all in your control. For example, outreach is in your control, making content is in your control. All these things are in your control. And so what you want to start doing is setting a benchmark for yourself, setting input goals rather than dream or result goals, like money goals, right? So for example, instead of saying to yourself, I want to make 3K this month, say to yourself, I want to send 300 outreaches. And what you find is that's a lot more in your control. But the main thing I want you to understand is that business is just simply a system, right? If you know what a system looks like, it's an input, process, output. Input is you starting the work, process is you doing the work, the output is actually you making the money, and the feedback is you finding what works and continuing to improve your inputs so you actually get a larger output. Okay, this is the one big lesson I've learned after 3 years of starting my businesses, and it's the most important lesson I've ever learned. You need to actually improve your focus before you start your business. And by the way, if you are an entrepreneur who wants to get into a flow state for 6+ hours a day, completely blow up your business by working less and improving your mental performance, click the first link in the description to join my free community, and also check out Flow Genesis in the second link in the description. Okay, have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.